Reality TV isn't real. Seems like an obvious statement, right? And why does it matter? Many of us watch reality TV to escape from our complicated lives, at least for an episode or two. While it might seem superficial, these shows, just like everything else we consume, have an impact on us. The way that reality shows manipulate their contestants to tell stories can tell us a lot about the inauthenticity of our social media culture. I'm going to illustrate this point by breaking down reality TV's complicated relationship with the truth, and to the genre's intersection with social media and influencer culture. Social media is a space that allows us to share ourselves with the world, but it's made us self-conscious, obsessed with the image we present to the world. It's not a place to be yourself, it's a place to perform. If we can understand how reality television turned reality into a product, we can understand why, in the age of social media, we're more alone than ever before. Most reality shows follow a similar formula. We observe people in an unnatural environment. These shows were social experiments, entertainment with a purpose, to reveal who people really are. The most famous example of this is Big Brother. When it first aired, audiences tuned in because they were intrigued by the format, but the reason they kept watching was because they loved, or loved to hate, the people inside the house. The novelty quickly wore off, and bored audiences quickly changed the channel. The truth is that real people don't usually make entertaining television. Audiences wanted from reality what they got from scripted programs: drama, comedy, and big characters. Put yourself in the shoes of a reality producer. If your show lives or dies on the strength of its personalities, you will do whatever you can to make sure that your contestants bring those moments the audience wants. You've interfered with the social experiment because you already know what result you want. The writers cast contestants as characters: the angry black woman, the unlikely hero, the one who isn't there to make friends.
This is not America's Next Top Best Friend.
Through producing and editing, real people are turned into cartoon characters, to the point where the person we see may have little to nothing in common with the real person. Audiences gravitate towards characters they read as authentic. This is why contestants are hyper-focused on being real.
I keep it real.
You know
I'm
what,
Shangela.
I know you're Shangela. I know who you are, Bougie. Name tag, because I know.
It's not about me knowing who I am. It's the truth.
I'm crying because of you. Because you won't give me my fucking clothes. And you won't give me water.
Big Brother was now evil. They rebuilt the house to make it as cramped as possible, casted vulnerable contestants, psychologically broke them down, and sat back as the fireworks went off. Some contestants managed to become media celebrities, but many went back to their regular lives, never to be heard from again. When social media came onto the scene, reality contestants had a new way to create a career.
Kim, would you stop taking pictures of yourself? Your sister's going to jail.
Reality stars like Kim Kardashian became the first generation of influencers. Influencers use the same tricks as reality stars to appear real. You feel like you know them. You want to be them. These are called parasocial relationships. They're designed to turn us into consumers. Perception is reality. We become a cog in a machine without realizing it.
If you believe in yourself, you can do anything.
The evolution of RuPaul's Drag Race shows us how influencer culture distorts our behavior. For most of its run, Drag Race lived on Logo, a queer channel with a small audience. In all its roughness, it was a shockingly authentic picture of a subsection of queer culture. Drag Race communicated the truth that drag wasn't necessarily a way to pretend to be someone you weren't. It was a way to express yourself in spite of the dominant culture that suppresses us.
You know, we as gay people, we get to choose our family. You know, we get to choose the people that we're around.
As the show started gaining traction with straight audiences, it moved to VH1, a massive platform. Simultaneously, social media exploded. Almost overnight, these contestants became influencers, and the show turned into a platform for them to launch themselves. Many queens have spoken about how these commercial pressures and producer intervention shape the way they act in front of the camera.
Silky knows that she's on TV and she wants her moment.
Woo! The drag queens actually produce themselves, just like we do on social media. As we spend more and more of our lives living on social media, we start to see the world, ourselves, and our relationships with others through this transactional capitalist lens. Young people have fewer meaningful social connections than they have ever had before. The product is us, and our value is determined by the amount of likes that we get. A platform meant to bring people together is creating an epidemic of eating disorders, depression, anxiety, suicide, and social isolation. Reality producers have been willing to trade authenticity and the mental health of their participants for views. Are you willing to do the same?